What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Tuber Talk. My guests at this time are Brandon Law and Wolf from the Geek Room. All right, so how you two doing?
All right. I got a headache today. It's not like I'm super, but I'm living.
I have an infected tooth.
Yeah, I hope that gets better.
That's how I'm doing.
I hope that gets better.
Appreciate
But
that.
anyway, let me ask three personal questions before we get into the meat of things. First, Wolf, last December, 2016 to be exact, Let's Riff YouTube got started. And when you saw me, you said that I'm trying to be Adult Swim so bad. Do you still think that's the case?
A little bit. You're still. It's kind of like you're not following it to the T. But Adult Swim, they do put out cringy videos and cringy shows, but they're entertaining shows.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. It's cringy, but it's entertaining, and it kind of Adult Swim. It's not like you're copying them, but it's kind of like Adult Swim. It's like something I would find on Adult Swim.
You're kind of like a product of your age, just like we are.
Yeah.
We're a little bit older than you, so we're more of a product of the Beavis and Butthead age. Whereas I see you more as a project of like the Cartoon Network era of the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yep. Yeah. But you never heard of Weird Al Yankovic's UHF, have you?
Yeah.
Okay. Personally, I think I'm that reincarnated. Maybe.
But I could kind of see that.
Yeah.
In that I watch in that I watch that movie about as much as I watch your channel. I'm just fucking with you.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched it in years. All right. Moving on.
Used to come on Comedy Central every day. I miss the good old days of Comedy Central. Caddyshack and UHF every day.
I had it on DVD one time. But anyway, from what you have seen in 2017, do you regret calling me cringy now? Did you think I'd take it this far?
No.
No. You're cringy. It's no doubt about it. But at the same time, like I said, it's not bad cringy. I've seen bad cringy stuff. I don't consider you as bad cringy. You're putting out good content, and that's one of the reasons why we don't feature you as much anymore, and whatnot. But it's good cringy. It's something you can kind of watch and get a chuckle at. And hell, like I said, my wife watches you, so.
Yeah, we kind of focus on bad content.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily think your content's bad. Like cringy doesn't necessarily equate to negative all the time, especially since you've embraced it, ran with it, and I think it works for you.
Yeah. All right. So now moving on. I kind of found out that this is like a Tuber Talk and Q and APW crossover because Brandon here, once upon a magical time, did wrestle at an APW before. So. If you could have Sean Van Epicplex, any YouTuber, who would it be?
Oh, any YouTuber. Wow, that's actually a pretty good question. Man, honestly, it would probably have to be kind of a toss-up between either G-Man, for the simple fact that it may shut his mouth long enough for him to listen to what someone else has to say, or B, Brett Keane, because I still hold a grudge against him for challenging me on several fronts and then blocking me like a little puss. It's just unfinished business, I guess.
From what I've seen of G-Man, I think if you take Smokey from Friday and take away his weed, I think that will be the result of G-Man. Yeah, Smokey take away weed equals G-Man. Okay.
And there's also Malik, who still hasn't shown up to shoot me like he threatened to do.
Okay. All right. So moving on. How did you two first meet each other?
Oh shit! We met each other when we were sleeping in science class.
Yeah. do you recall the we went to high school together? For those of you who don't know, my first time ever knowing anything about Frankie was someone had come up to me and said, "Why do you and Frankie wear the same clothes?" I was like, who the fuck is Frankie? What are you talking about? And they're like,
Yeah.
you guys wear the same exact clothes. Like, your wardrobe's almost identical. And I remember one day you were wearing, like, this studded spider hoodie that I had.
Walmart
And,
hoodie.
yeah, and the same exact, like, white camo pants I had on. And I was like, that must be Frankie. But, yeah, we kind of bonded doing these jackass-style videos that we'd record and sell throughout our high school. So yeah, we've known each other for shit well over,
God, a long ass time, dude.
I would say, since like 2002.
Yeah, it's been about a little over 11 years. I remember, like, in science class, we would either sleep or we had to dissect a frog. We, like, recorded ourselves dissecting the frog and making it into a puppet.
Yeah.
And the teacher, like, never really said anything about it. She just kind of come over and we started talking to her with the frog, and she was like, okay, and walked away. So.
Wow, 2002. I was either in late first grade or early second grade.
It had to be somewhere between 2002 2004 era.
Yeah, third grade then. All right, so Wolf, question for you. Why did you call yourself Wolf?
I've always had a infatuation with wolves. They're my favorite animals. I used to work for a humane society down where I live.
Awesome.
And I used to just, whenever we get a wolf or wolf hybrid, I was the one always taking care of them. And so that's why it's just, and it's also my name. It's my name of my PSN network, Wolf 1090. So I couldn't think of anything, so I just like, fuck it, just Wolf. You know, it used to be Wolf 1090, but I was like, that's just too much to say.
Yeah. Will you consider your fans the Wolfpack?
Too sweet me, bro. Too sweet me.
Yeah. Okay, so why is the channel called the Geek Room? I mean, it's a stream come from two different places. Shouldn't it be plural called the Geek Rooms?
You can't prove that.
Yeah, you can't
We're
prove
in the
that.
same room right now, for all you know.
Basically, it's the name that me and my wife came up with. My, I guess, quote unquote, you call man cave, which is not a cave anymore. It's a man closet. Anyway, it's just what we called it because it's where I store all my comic books, all my pops and stuff like that, and whatnot. So I couldn't think of a name. I think we tried to decide on a name for a couple of days. I was like, you know, we're talking about geeky stuff. Why don't we just call it the Geek Room? And okay. Brandon's like, cool, let's do it. So that's the only reason. It's not like, yeah.
At the time, Let's Riff was an afterthought. That wasn't even in the plans at all when we started the channel.
I think what happened was we it was during when we had Sarah Dawn as a guest, and we tried to incorporate a little bit of videos into it, and our streams kept getting longer and longer. Like it ended up being like 3 hours long at one point, and we did it like once a week and such. And she looked like she was really. I look back on it, she was like uncomfortable because she was sitting on the bed. Like you could tell she was just shifting. Like, oh, my back hurt, motherfuckers. Like, please, like end the stream or something. And but she never said anything. She was a trooper. She stayed with it throughout the whole time. I just had one of my friends. He was just like, yeah, she looked kind of bored. Like she didn't know what y'all were talking about. Why don't y'all do a separate stream for the videos? And I was like, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
So,
and thus the wannabe drunken peasants were born.
All right. So if there was a Geek Room movie about you two, who would you cast as yourselves? And given the option, who would you cast as each other?
Oh shit!
Yeah, I've never thought about this at all.
Yeah.
That movie would flop at the box office.
It'd probably do better than Batman versus Superman, though.
True.
Fuck. Who would I cast myself?
You know what, dude? I think we should go over the top here. I think that you should have Jason Momoa as Wolf.
Fuck yes.
And I think that let's see. I think for me, as far as my pick for myself goes, let's see. Fucking, gotta be You know what? He's got to win more than one Academy Award. Leonardo DiCaprio, right there. That'd be the perfect two people that totally embody our looks, our grace. You know?
Yeah. Okay. All right. and
in reality, we're talking about like fucking.
We're like James Franco and Seth Rogen right now. That's the reality.
That's still giving us a lot of credit.
We could be like Jay and Silent Bob, maybe. I don't know.
Thank God you said that, because I was totally about to say that. Okay, so just for the fun of it, who would you say I would be?
Egghead.
Who?
I'm sorry, man. Egghead. You don't know the YouTuber Egghead?
I've heard of him.
Yeah, it's just.
You guys would get along.
Yeah. He makes the cringy videos like we said, it's good cringe, but you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
anyway.
Who do you think James would be like as a Hollywood star though to be in the movie? Who do you think it would be?
Don't say Jonah Hill.
You know who I think could pull off a good James? Danny McBride.
That's
yep.
First name.
I love Danny McBride. He's awesome.
Right when he said Jonah Hill, I was like, maybe that guy, but I couldn't remember his name.
I think with some tweaking, Danny McBride is a good enough actor to pull off a James character.
Thank you. I like that. I like Danny McBride. Right,
it fits along with the Seth Rogen and James Franco kind of deal. So
there you go. Let's go with those three then as our official answer, and stop trying to act like we're gorgeous.
Okay. So what do you think was your most memorable live stream moment?
Oh shit. I mean, I don't have a really specific one. So there's some live streams that I enjoyed a whole lot more than others, but it's really hard. Maybe when we, I guess, got to talk to Vaughn after all the time, and when G-Man finally popped up on the show randomly. But it's really hard to choose. So.
Yeah. Anytime I'll tell you which one that comes to mind. And it wasn't even, well, it was on our channel, but it was like a simulcast.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
We went over, we had our first big feud, I guess, was with a guy named the Prodigal
He who shall not be
Champ.
named. Yeah, he who shall not be named.
Well, I name him now because, I don't even think he does much anymore. But we went over to his channel with one of his friends, and they were just doing this whole smiley happy crap when it was supposed to be let's air the grievances. So we finally got into the grievances after I was like, what the fuck are we here for? And I think we triggered them so bad that Polston ended up leaving the hangout that was his hangout.
I remember this.
As well as the other guy. So we had like a solid 5 minutes to ourselves on his channel. That was probably one of my favorite moments.
One of my favorite moments was when you riffed Cringe Apocalypse, and then when it got to me shaving my head, I made Brandon scream in terror.
Yeah, you were like, you said something about you were me, and that just fucked me all up.
Because I shaved the head and put some paint on my chin and acted like you for a second. All right, so lastly, do you feel like doing some shilling as we close this out?
Yeah. Brendan's always a shiller. He's the best at it. Always muff up somehow.
I would say if you're watching this right now and you haven't already, go check out the Geek Room, youtube.com/the Geek Room. All of our pertinent links and whatnot will be in any of the random hundreds of video descriptions that we have up. So yeah, check us out. We're awesome.
All right. Look, I never seen you two do it, but could you please do the booyah salute for me? Please, just one time.
What exactly is that the?
Yes.
How does that go?
Okay, make one hand be a C. All right, there you go. Now move one thumb up to the other finger. There you go. Booyah. Okay, thank you. All right, bye-bye. So long. Booyah. We out.
I feel so dirty.